Here's your host, Dennis Rimmer.
And welcome back. Another edition of Talking Books and Writing and Stuff's famous podcast. Today, from all the way from Saskatoon to our homemade studio here in Radisson, Saskatchewan, we have singer extraordinaire Colleen Carr. Hello, Colleen.
Hello, Dennis Rimmer. Thank you so much for having me talk with you on your show.
Thank you very much.
Exciting.
So let's just get right into it. Colleen has been in Saskatoon, or Saskatchewan actually, all of her life, I assume, but you were born and raised in Delisle area, is that right?
Yes, Laura on the farm, but I went to school in Delisle. So yeah, both small towns were only 11 miles apart or something.
Right.
Like that.
Yeah.
Close. Yeah.
So what did you do on the farm? Work?
Well, for 18 years, well, we just lived like farm kids. We were outside lots. I spent lots of time with my dad in the truck riding around, and we all learned how to drive the tractor when we were 10, 11, and 12, and we had go-karts and horse. I had a horse, and my brother had a motorbike, and we had skidoo, and spent most of our time in the winter at the rink in Laura or Delisle.
Wow.
And, just farm kids.
Farm kids. Good way to
Growing
live.
wheat and raising cows. Yeah.
Yep. So when did you first start singing?
I think I started singing when I was like 3 on the swing set to Dad's Hired Man. Oh, where have you been, Billy Boy, Billy Boy? Oh. I used to sing that one, and I remember that. And so I started young, and my family was musical. Both sides of the family all sang. We'd get together on Sundays and have a big sing-song and supper. So that was our Sundays at the farm, and lots of music. And I took piano lessons in Saskatoon. My dad did a wonderful thing for me, and he drove me every Saturday from age 8 to 15 to Saskatoon on Saturday mornings. Dorothy Lockerbie was her name, my piano teacher. She was wonderful. And I took my grade 8 Royal Conservatory with her. And then I spent a year and a half training with Lyle Gustin at the House of Gustin on 10th Street in Saskatoon. Oh. That's where I went for lessons with him for grade 9, but I didn't finish. Oh. And I wish I had always. We always have regrets, and that's one of mine, that I didn't get my grade 10 and my ARCP from the Royal Conservatory of Music. But I still play, and I love popular, and I still play my classical pieces that I learned from them. So,
Wow. You know,
part of my life.
I don't think I knew you played the piano. I kind of imagined, I guess, but I didn't know you actually took lessons and stuff. So
yeah. It was a great thing my dad did, to spend his Saturday mornings with me. That was our time together, and we'd buy things in town, and I'd have a lesson, and it was a gift he gave to me, I'd say.
Well, that's remember. So when did you remember the first time you actually performed in public rather than just to the family?
Yeah, well, I did all the, from grades 5, 6, 7, and 8 in piano. I performed at all of the recitals.
Oh, okay.
They always had them. But when to sing,
yep.
I probably didn't sing in public till I was, it would have been 1975. Well, I sang before that at weddings. Around town, I did cousins and friends, and got a lot of weddings that I sang for out in Delisle. Probably from 18 to 20 I did that. But I was living in Saskatoon from 18 on, so I did join a group. It was called Sahara. It was my first group. And can I name names?
Sure.
Well, Bob McCready, who's still singing and playing in Saskatoon today, was the guitar player and lead singer and pretty much the band leader. And Hans Van Noren was our drummer. He was kind of quite the fellow. He could play anything. He did the jazz. He did the popular. We were in the middle of the road group, so we did lots of songs of the 70s that were happening, and this would have been 1975, so that was my first group. I was really lucky to get involved with them, and I played a Wurlizter keyboard, and I sang, and there was a gal named Jenny Schwartz, who was a lovely voice, and sang with us, and we had a bass player, Colleen and then we had another drummer after Han was, I think he moved away, and then his name was John something. I can't remember his last name, unfortunately. I should have looked that up. So sorry, I can't remember that right now, but I will recognize it when I hear it.
Yep.
So it was 5-piece group. We played the King George, played the Capri, we did all kinds of parties at the Elks Club and along that Spadina Crescent there, where all the clubs are. We sang there a lot. We did some parties, one Christmas party for an accounting firm in Saskatoon, and it was at the Saskatoon Club, and we had to climb the back stairs with our gear. Do you remember that building that's just across from the Desborough there?
I've never been in it, but I know what you mean.
Yeah. Well, nowadays it has an elevator and you go in the front door, but those days you went up the back door with your equipment. It was a
boy.
steep stair, and oh my gosh, I'll never forget that as being a first-time experience. Carrying gear in and out.
Yep.
Yeah.
So what was your favorite kind of music growing up?
I loved Barbara Streisand. I loved Carly Simon. I liked Carole King. I liked James Taylor. I liked April Wine and the Eagles, of course. And who else would it be? Oh, there's a whole bunch of them. Right. I liked Willie Nelson. I think probably, and because my family sang all the Sundays, I know all the tunes of the 20s, 30s, 40s. And then the 50s, 60s music wasn't that familiar to me because I was born in the 50s. So, you're too young to really feel like you know it. I think the biggest music was probably the Beatles, Dave Clark 5 were my first 45s. I remember going to my cousin Linda's place. She was 7 years older than me, and she was playing A World Without Love, and it was a 45, and I borrowed that, and I think I just played it over and over and over and over, like the Dave Clark 5s over and over and over again. And those kind of songs were catchy to me. I really liked Glenn Campbell. We didn't see that as country music per se, or classic country. That's right. Just, the music that we listened to. So I'd say it kind of, and I also like Broadway. Like my mom used to live in New York and came and married a farmer, and so she came with opera. She had big opera records that she would, Vivaldi, and the dog and I would sing up on the high notes. I had a German Shepherd. When I hit the high notes, he'd join me.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's great. So apparently, according to local legend, you are related to the famous hockey-playing Bentley boys?
Yes, and my grandfather's the oldest brother.
Oh.
And he's the goalie. His youngest brother is Max.
Ah.
And the next youngest would be Doug. So those are the two that are in the Hall of Fame.
Right.
And in 1943, his other brother, Reg, played with Max and Doug for Chicago. So they had three brothers on that team in 1943, which was rare.
Yep.
For six teams to have the big six, I call them.
Yeah.
That were then, to present them to have brothers that many on one team was rare.
Right.
Yeah.
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 Actually, I think in 1943 they still had the Brooklyn Americans, so it was a 7-team league. But
might have been. Yeah, I'm
might have been
familiar.
Yeah, but they didn't last into the 50s. They lasted till the mid to late 40s, I think.
Okay, so and I just remember the Big Six on Hockey Night in Canada.
Oh, of course, so do I. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was our Saturday night in our family. We had supper.
No kidding.
Played 500. We played cards till the hockey came on, and then we'd go make popcorn and sit and watch the game. Yep.
Yep. So
Did that for the whole time I lived at the farm. That's what Saturday nights were.
exactly.
In the winter, of course. Yeah.
So I first got to know about your singing through Misbehavin'. So
Oh yes.
what can you
My
tell
group.
me about that group?
Well, yeah. Before Misbehavin' happened, I was singing. I originally started out with Ian Eaton for a partner, and we did some of the what's the name of that? I'll go back this up for a minute. In 1986, I auditioned for Saskatchewan Express, and Carol Gale Bell was the director. And actually, I did get accepted, but I had a small child at the time, and
Oh,
an expo was in Vancouver, and I couldn't make the trip. I couldn't with my kids. So anyway, I didn't get to be part of the group, even though I did the auditions and was accepted. And so she, after that, when they came back in the fall, got me some work for the craft show. What's the big one that's always at South Place? And it used to be somewhere else, but...
oh, you mean like Sundog or something?
Sundog, that's
Sundog.
what it is. I knew
Yeah.
it was Sun something, and I couldn't get that to come to me. It was Sundog Arts Festival. So in 1986 and 7 and 8, a friend of mine who was just a fellow that lived in an apartment building same time I did, and we used to get together and jam and sing together. And so he and I did his name's Ian Eaton, and we did some work together at Sundog, and then we got doing Bonspiel dinners and all kinds of things. Once people were hearing of us, then we were being asked to sing for them and entertain them of sorts.
Yep.
And so then Ian won the Bud Country Talent Search. It was Country Music Talent Search in 1988, and said to me, "I think you should try out for that in 1989." So I did.
Ah.
I was 35. My kids were a little bigger, and I won it at the Barcade. It was a big show, big band, and yeah, it was loads of fun. And they sent me to Ottawa that fall. So that was in the spring of '89, and in the fall, in September, I went to the Canadian Country Music Week. And they had 24 of us performing at the Nepean Theatre that had all won this Bud Country Talent Search in our own regions. So I was one of 24, and it was videoed and shown on Much Music's Outlaws and Heroes
Oh,
in 1989 in the fall after we were there. And of course I got to stay at the what was the big hotel there? Yeah, right by the Parliament building, phase
Yep.
one.
the Chateau Laurier.
Not the one, but it's close to it.
Oh,
I can't remember the name of it now. Gee, I can't remember much right now. I obviously have gotten way too old to tell the story.
the only other one I know is the Elgin Hotel, but
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, that wasn't it either.
Oh.
Anyway, we all performed in the Nepean Theatre, and then we spent the rest of the week going to the functions that Canadian Country Music Week
wow.
puts out there. We got to meet other artists, and they had songwriters clubs and, storytelling and all kinds of stuff. And then they had the big Canadian Country Music Awards on the Sunday night. And I got to sit through that live and then came home Monday morning. So that was a pretty great thing to have happen. And the Country Music Association here in Saskatoon paid my way. And they actually bought me a beautiful pair of white country boots and a dress to go with it to perform. And gee, they really went the extra mile, and what a great opportunity for me. And it actually kind of kick-started my country side of my music,
Right. Yeah.
Then I did Craven that following year twice.
Whoa.
Following 2 years. First year I sang with I want to say Ray St. Germain's band, but I'm not sure. And we were given a spot on the main stage for the all the people that performed, and we're in the finals. for the Bud Country were also asked to sing at Craven on the main stage. So that one year, Dwight Yoakam was there, Reba McEntire was there, and I can't remember. There were a lot of really good ones that were there, and they had us local yokels. So it was really fun. And just every jamboree that came around, there was Carlton Trail, and I should have to get my bio out to remember this. Lots of them, and I was asked to do lots of that. And also I got to sing with some really great groups, the Johnner Brothers. I did Ray St. Germain's Big Sky Country after that.
Wow.
And the Johnner Brothers shared the same episode with me that we filmed it in the museum in Humboldt.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
I've had lots of fun anyway, and I met all kinds of musicians, and really been blessed to work in Saskatoon with the people that are here because they're all fabulous. And then I got involved with the Basement and the Jazz Society, and I did sing with the Jazz, it's a Saskatoon big band. I sang for them for a couple of seasons.
Oh my.
And big group.
So you're quite the versatile performer, is what you're saying.
I've tried many things. I may be a master of none and a jack of all. I don't know, but however that goes, that's backwards, I think.
But
anyway, yeah.
Well,
I bet you didn't know half of this, Dennis.
I didn't know half of that. Yeah.
My ex-neighbor, yes.
Yes.
I know. I figure I brag enough as it is, so I didn't need to tell you all of that.
Well, I probably heard all of that, but I forget things these days. So. Well,
I certainly am too. Boy, I'm sounding like I need to go and look under my pillow for my memory.
You also have a YouTube video up here for the Century Club. Is that?
Oh yes, I do. Yeah, it's St. Patty's night.
Okay.
Yeah, I did that in my basement. And one of the gals that works for the Council on Aging came over and videoed it. She did a pretty good job. Yeah. I can't think of her name either. I see her face as plain as day. Isn't that terrible? That wasn't that long ago, so why am I forgetting it? I don't know, but I'm on the spot. That's what it is. When we hang up, I'm going to know all of this.
Oh, of course. 5 minutes later, it all comes back. That's right. Right.
Yeah. So go back to my misbehaving, because I bypassed that line story. But after I did sing at the Bud Country and got going around in the country music, I met these three girls. Two were sisters, and one was a friend. And I do know the name of their group, and I can't think of that now either. Oh, boy.
Oh, well.
They were singing in the country music scene also and having great fun. And so when they kind of hung up their hat with their one sister, then I had the other sister and the friend come and sing with me. It was Amber Barlow and Cheryl. Boy. There it is.
There it is.
Gone. I know her name. Pike Grove. No, not that, but it's close.
Oh.
That's just weird. We had a lot of fun singing as Misbehaving. We worked for the OZAC, the Organization of Saskatchewan Arts Councils. One fall we did 9 shows and traveled all over the province and did that for them. And we had all kinds of opportunity to sing with that group. We did parties and events, and I just really enjoyed singing with them.
So nowadays, let's fast forward a bit. Nowadays, you have solo shows that you do?
I do some solos, yes. I was doing a duo with Heidi Monroe, and it was called the legendary Women of Country Music. A Song Remembers When was the title.
Right.
And I built a video audio presentation, and we picked all the classic women country singers like Patsy Cline and Loretta Lynn and Tammy Wynette and Brenda Lee and Barbara Mandrell and Reba McEntire and Martina McBride, she did, Heidi did her, and we took turns singing, each artist.
Right.
And our friend Rod Kidder from TGWW narrated each artist for us, so I had a little presentation, and then we bring up a video of the artist and all of their pictures throughout their life and times and things that they did. And while that video was playing of each artist, then we would come out in costume and a wig or a hat or something that maybe resembled that artist and sing one or two of their biggest hits.
Great.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so I had a show that sometimes was 30-minute sets and sometimes 45-minute sets, and yeah, we'd take turns while one person was singing. The other, while Heidi was singing, I would change my clothes and wig and hat.
Yep.
And then while I was singing, she would do the same.
Exactly.
So,
Yeah.
and it gave us each time to do it, barely.
Right. So when you're out there performing solo, what kind of equipment do you use?
I use a Bose system. I used to use that was the thing of the day, the big speakers and the stands and the bass and all that. And then Bose came out with a one tower speaker with 24 little 3-inch speakers in the tower, and a bass that powers it. It's actually quite simplified, and it's got beautiful sound. I think it's probably the best system out there still. And although I could be wrong, I just really like mine.
Right. Hey, if it works, why change it, right?
Yeah, that's right. If it's working, don't knock it. That's for sure. Yeah, so I use that. And I use a Neumann microphone, but sometimes I use a cordless at the Sennheiser. And yes, the thing about being a singer is sometimes you have to be the audio tech, the visual, guy, and the sound man, and I have to learn to do it all. And so I found it a little easier to do with the Bose system, and it really simplifies itself. I love to sing with live musicians, I do, and but I have also done track music a lot. I've done karaoke. I used to work weekends at the Mulberries, which was the Cork and Bottle, and Market Mall, and I also worked at the Parktown Lounge, and I worked around town in other lounges as well, and did lots of private parties with karaoke because it was easier to do some of this stuff as a single rather than with a 4 or 5-piece orchestra. But
Gotcha.
when I do sing with a big band and have the opportunity to make a little more money, I have friends that are top-notch musicians that I hire, and they're always happy to work with me, which is I feel pretty blessed, I have to say.
Good.
I can name names if you like, but
you probably have so many that we would run out of time.
Yeah. Well, the top few I can name would be Don Griffith and Sheldon Corbett and Glenn Enns and Barry Redford. I used to work with Maurice a little bit, not as much as I could have probably, but he had singers fighting over him. So, and the other guy too, actually. So, I was pretty lucky getting.
Yeah. And I understand you have a recording studio in your house?
I do have. I let it go for about 10 years. I spent the last decade looking after my family, and they've all passed. But prior to that, I had the studio going, and I did 10 CDs with Maurice Druin and some of his singers. Al Anderson was one of them, and can I name any of the other ones? I can see them all.
Yes, of course.
Oh boy, isn't that the way? Yeah, he had lots of great singers. Oh boy, I'm really having a moment here of crazy. Keeping up.
That's okay. We're just about out of time here. I want to ask a couple more questions, Colleen Carr, before we wrap it up.
Sure.
What, other than singing, playing instrument, do you have any other talents, hidden or otherwise, we should know about?
Well, I like to quilt. I'm a bit of a quilter.
Oh.
And I have a quilting group that I've quilted with for a decade or more. And yeah, I learned lots of good things about how to sew. I always was a seamstress. I sewed when I was first married, and you know, you make costumes, Halloween, and whatever, dance, whatever you're doing, the kids.
Yeah.
I did all of that. So I've maintained my love for sewing, and I like to travel, but I'm not traveling much, and I didn't the last decade for sure because I stayed close to home.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I'm kind of, I dabble, you know.
You dabble.
But mostly it's my music.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not much of an artist. I can draw stick men.
Yeah, me too. Any advice that you got along the way that certainly sticks out in your mind or in your memory? Sort of the best advice you ever got?
Well, I know a lot of people have often said to me, how come I didn't make the big times, you know, and how come you're just working in Saskatchewan? And you know what? I started with a family after I first was with Sahara. I quit that group to get married and have kids, and you know, and then I didn't pick it up again until I was 35. So that was from 20 years old to 35. I was busy with family.
Yeah.
And I think that when I look at it, you know, you want to be the top of the heap, and you want to do your best, and you want to sing when you get there. It's kind of an addicting thing. If you're working every weekend and then you miss one, it's like, oh, what has happened?
What?
You know,
Yeah.
I need to be working. So, yeah, I would go through that. And I think that, what was my point I wanted to make is that I'm very happy to just live in Saskatchewan and have a wonderful place here to fulfill my need to be a performer and sing, and I'm lucky that I have the support of family and friends, and this whole province has helped me. I've done Telemiracle. I did that several years, you know, in the beginning, and had loads of fun at 3 a.m, stomping all over Telemiracle stage.
Right.
singing a country tune. Big Love, I think, was the one I did from Katie Lane. And I wore a pair of big bear slippers because I had worn them somewhere else for something funny, and somebody dared me to wear them while I was singing at Telemiracle, so I did. Stomped all over the stage in those big slippers at 3 in the morning and sang my heart out. Yeah, I've been lucky.
Good.
I feel very lucky, and I think if anybody thinks that they need to be somewhere else than where they are while they're doing what they're doing, it's going to be the same anywhere you go, and sometimes it's best to just service your life the best way you can in the best place you know, and that's at home.
Yay. Okay, one more thing,
That's
Colleen Carr, one more question. Do you have an online presence of any sort, or lots of
I really don't yet. I know that's been one of my bucket things to do, get on it, and I don't. So that would be something I could do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. That's Colleen Carr. And Colleen, thank you very much.
Well, thank you, Dennis. I appreciate you asking me all of this. I think I wish my memory would have been better today.
Of course.
Thank you for visiting with us today. This is Talking Books and Stuff with Dennis Rimmer. Contact him at dennis@talkingbooks.tk. Thank you, and may all the good news be yours. Oh, and don't forget to check out his book, The Great Canadian Notebook, available across Canada and at amazon.ca.